confirm Mangiapane and Frederick out tonight? Is that, are you sticking with that?
Yes, that is. They're not playing tonight.
So, I mean, at the start of the season, you'd be thinking about healthy scratching these guys on the same night. You know, I imagine you've been surprised at that idea. What do you think's happened here, Kris, and why do you find yourself in this spot where two guys that were supposed to be big parts of this can't get in the lineup here?
Yeah, things haven't worked out, and not that it's over, but yeah, I think that one, we've felt that they haven't played as we've expected, and I think that there's more for them to give us. But also, we've got some young guys that have deserved to get some opportunities to play, and Hudson was here. Obviously, he's not here now, but Howard being in the lineup, Lazar, who has been a scratch for the last couple games, had been playing. You know, his last game was in Winnipeg, played really well, and then came out and. You know, we got a lot of guys who can play the bottom six, and right now we're just wanting more from those guys, and a little bit of a reset for those two.
There's been a recent history of the organization grabbing some players thinking maybe they can be a fit in and around that top 6-7 forwards type thing. Arvidsson last year, Skinner, and Mangiapane this year. Rostovic's obviously maybe worked out a little better, but is it a tricky spot being a secondary scorer on this team given the power play balance, given the way the lineup works sometimes? Is it anything environmental you think that's causing some of this?
Yeah, you see players go from team to team, and sometimes it's fit, sometimes it's not. And you look at Roslovic, and you think about how well that's been a fit for us. And you look at his scoring is at a high, and other guys have come and we've had high hopes, and it hasn't worked out as well as we wanted to. And it's just, there's a lot of factors, and a lot of off-ice factors, on-ice factors, and how the coach deploys them, a lot of things. And I don't think there's a certain recipe, or there's not one answer for each player. But yeah, we need to. Those two players who aren't playing tonight are part of our team, and we got to find a way to have them contribute.
You're the liaison between the GM and the team. You got to keep your dressing room in good stead. You got to keep, the right vibe going on in there. How difficult is all of this on you, the head coach?
Piece of cake, no problem at all. Stan and I talk, and he understands what goes on in the dressing room and the decisions I have to make, and I absolutely understand the things that he does, and he's looking more long term and what our team needs, and all our decisions we make, whether it's Stan calling somebody up or sending somebody down, or me putting somebody in the lineup. We're always talking about what's best for our team, short term and long term, and I think we're trying to work those things out. And not that every decision we're making is the best one, but I think the more communication we have, and we have a lot of it, hopefully we are on the right side more often.
Kris, will it be Connor Ingram tonight?
Connor, yes.
Howard obviously he's a guy who's expected that eventually can contribute offensively, be a goal scorer in the NHL. He showed it in the AHL. For you, during his time here, is it important for you that he has an opportunity to play with other guys who are a little bit more offensive, so that he gets a chance to maybe contribute offensively by playing with other guys who are a little bit more on the skilled side, I guess?
Yeah, absolutely. Tonight, excellent opportunities on line with Roslovic. Roslovic's a pretty good offensive player, and not that they'll be sitting in a shutdown role. It is a tricky fine line. You want those players to be in a position to succeed and play in more of a scoring opportunity, but it's also tough that you're playing with those players, you're in a top six, and you're also playing against other teams' best players, and are you quite ready? So, I think Howie's got a lot of potential. He's going to be a great player for us, and, whether that's, his recall right now or weeks down the road or months, whatever it is, I think he'll be a big part of the Oilers organization for a while.
Do you have any update on Jari?
Jari returning roughly about 2 weeks. He's been on the ice a little bit. He's been getting some shots. First just pretty much on his own. He's had a few shots with players on the ice with him, but I would say about 2 weeks.